My woman, this is for you. I said your name today, not out of routine, not in a sentence I had to say, but because I wanted to, because I couldn't hold it in any longer. I was with someone just talking, and your name slipped out, soft, careful, but real. And the second it left my lips, something inside me shifted, because I realized your name has become more than just a word to me. It's a feeling, a rhythm, a part of how I breathe now. Saying your name out loud felt like opening a door I'd been standing in front of for far too long. One I was scared to walk through, but the moment I said it, I knew I've already stepped into love. You don't know how many times I've said it quietly to myself. When no one's around, when I'm driving thinking, when I'm lying in bed, just listening to the dark. Sometimes I whisper it, just to hear how it sounds in the quiet. Other times, I hold it in my chest like a secret that feels too big to keep. Because your name, it carries weight now. Not heavy like a burden, heavy like something precious, something sacred. I said your name because I meant it, because you were already on my mind before the conversation even started. And I think I'm done pretending like what I feel for you is small. It's not. It's slow, it's deep, it's real. You probably don't even realize what you've done to me, how your voice sits with me even after the call ends, how your smile shows up in my mind at random, how your words have built a space in my heart where doubt used to live. So yes, my woman, this is for you, because I'm not afraid anymore to let the world know who has my heart. After I said your name, something in me felt different. It wasn't loud, it wasn't dramatic, but it was real, deep in my chest, like a quiet truth that finally had a voice. It was like my heart had been holding its breath for too long, and in that moment, it finally exhaled. Because your name, it's not just a word anymore, it's a feeling, a comfort, a shift in the air that makes the world feel less heavy. And ever since I met you, you've been changing my world without even trying. You didn't walk in demanding space. You didn't ask to be the center of anything. You just showed up, soft, real, honest. And somehow, my life began to rearrange itself around you. You made me see things differently, feel things deeper. You slowed down the rush in my mind and brought me back to the things that actually matter. Like how peace isn't always found in silence. Sometimes it's found in someone's voice. Like how love doesn't always arrive in grand gestures. Sometimes it walks in quietly and builds a home in the way someone listens to you. That's what you did. You became that quiet place I didn't even know I needed. And now, I catch myself thinking about you in the middle of everything. When I'm walking through a store and see something small, I think, she'd like this. When I hear a song, even if I've heard it 100 times, I wonder how you'd feel listening to it beside me. And when I look at where my life is going, you're in the picture, not as an option, as a certainty. You haven't just touched my heart, you've shaped it, softened it, helped it remember how it feels to be safe. So yes, I said your name, and I'll say it again, because it's become part of the way I breathe now. There were moments, so many moments, where I almost told you, where the words sat right at the edge of my lips, just waiting for courage to catch up. Like when you were laughing over something small, and I was just watching. Not because of what you were saying, but because of how alive you looked, how peaceful, how beautifully unaware you were of the way you'd taken over my heart. I wanted to say it then. I wanted to look you in the eye and whisper, you have no idea what you mean to me. But I didn't. Or the night you shared something personal, something that hurt. And I listened, really listened, while your voice cracked just slightly, but you tried to hold yourself together anyway. I wanted to pull you closer, wrap my arms around all that pain, and say, "You're safe with me, always." But again I stayed quiet, because I didn't want to say it too soon. I didn't want to startle your heart. You're too special to be rushed, too precious to be treated like a moment when you are, in fact, the whole story. So I loved you silently, in the way I checked in the way I stayed up late when I knew you needed to talk, in the way I remembered the small details you thought no one noticed. But all those almost moments, they added up. Every one of them brought me here, to this steady, quiet decision. You're the one, even if you don't know it yet. You're the one I want to protect, not from life, but from ever having to question if you're loved the right way. You're the one I want to choose, not just in the easy times, but when it's hard, when we're tired, when everything else feels uncertain, because the way I feel about you, it's not temporary, it's not fragile, it's real. If I ever get the chance to love you out loud, really love you, in full daylight, in front of the world, I'll do it softly, but clearly not to impress anyone, not to prove something, but to make sure you never have to wonder, never have to guess what you mean to me, never have to second guess a silence, never have to read between the lines, because when someone holds a place in your heart this deeply, they deserve to know. So I'll love you in the details, in the way I say your name, not fast, not casual, but like it matters, because it does. In the way I reach for your hand, not just when it's easy, but when it's uncomfortable, when it's quiet, when it's real. I'll love you in the way I defend your heart, not just in front of others, but in the way I speak to you when you're tired, emotional, not feeling like your strongest self. I'll love you in the everyday things, bringing you coffee the way you like it, asking how you slept and meaning it, sending that message, not because I have to, but because I want you to know I'm thinking of you. Always, I'll love you out loud by showing up, not only when everything's glowing, but when life is slow, when plans fall apart, when moods shift and things feel messy, because that's when love matters most. I won't make you guess if I'm all in. I won't make you wonder where you stand. I won't give you half-hearted love with pretty words and no action. I'll give you presence, consistency, soft hands, and steady eyes that say you're safe here, you're loved here, you belong here. You won't have to ask, "Are you sure about me?" Because everything I do, every word, every choice, every moment I stay, will be my answer. I've waited a long time for someone like you, longer than I ever admitted out loud, long enough that I started to believe maybe it wasn't going to happen. I've met people before, some came close, some stayed for a while, some made promises they never planned to keep, and for a while I stopped hoping. I told myself love like this was just something people talked about, not something meant for me. But then you appeared, not loudly, not all at once. You came into my life like a soft breath, easy, unexpected, steady, and something in me, something that had been asleep for a long time, woke up. You didn't try to fix me. You didn't ask me to become someone else. You just made space for me. And slowly I found myself becoming someone I actually liked again. Someone gentler, someone more patient, someone who believed that maybe forever was still possible. So now that I've found you, this soft, rare soul who makes love feel like peace, I'm not letting you go. Not in my heart, not in my plans, not in the quiet places where your name already lives. You don't know it yet, but I've already chosen you in 100 silent ways. And I'll keep choosing you in new ways every single day. Because this kind of love, it's not just something I feel, it's something I know. You are the one my heart has been waiting to find.
Oh,
And now that it has, I won't let the noise of the world make me forget what I've been given. You are not just a chapter in my story, you are the story I want to tell with every day I'm given. I think about us, years from now, not just how we start, but how we stay. Not in grand scenes or perfect days, but in the soft, ordinary ones. The ones no one talks about. The ones that make love real. I picture you in the kitchen, hair a little messy, wearing one of my old shirts, talking about something that doesn't really matter, and me standing there, not even responding, just smiling like a fool, because somehow you still take my breath away. I see us on the couch. No makeup, no filters, just two people who know each other fully, who've seen the flaws, the moods, the tired parts, and stayed. I imagine us in the middle of a quiet afternoon, you reading, me doing something nearby. And even though we aren't saying a word, it feels like everything is being said. That's the kind of love I want with you. Not loud, not for show, but consistent, soft, unshakable. I want to learn how to keep loving you in all the different seasons of who you become. Because I know you'll grow, change, become more of who you're meant to be. And I don't want to just witness that. I want to walk beside it. I want to be the one who still chooses you. Even when we're tired, when things aren't as easy, when time adds lines to your skin and stories to your eyes. Because you won't lose your beauty. You'll only become more you. And I promise I'll keep falling in love with each new version. That's what I see when I picture forever. Not perfect love, but lasting love. The kind that still reaches for your hand when words get hard. The kind that still says your name like it's a privilege to know it.